Right. Welcome back to episode 10 of the Give Back to the Game podcast. Can't believe we made it this far already, fellas. We are joined with a very special guest. I know, episode 10. And we're joined by a very special guest. This is my lovely daughter, my 1-year-old princess. Her name is Haven. But mom is out having some fun, running some errands, doing her thing, so I'm on dad duty tonight. So she's going to be joining us. Yeah. Do you have anything to say, Bubba? Do you want to say anything fun for the camera? Mama. You want to say mama? Can you say uh-oh? Uh-oh. There it is. That's clip-worthy. All right.
That explains how ASU plays.
True. Dude, your mic is off. Yeah, you just hit the button.
That explains how ASU played this week.
There it is. Yes. Uh-oh. From the jump. It sucked. We'll jump into that and a lot more as we get this episode unpacked and unfolded as we get going. But first things first, if you are just joining us for the first time, my name is Philip. I'm joined here with William and Sam. We are the Give Back to the Game podcast. We make content for people who consider themselves college football diehards, sickos, or just fans of the game of football in general. We focus a lot on making picks for the upcoming week. So we have 17 games that we're going to pick for this upcoming week of games. We're going to recap the picks that we had last week, and we'll talk about our record and kind of how we've performed this season. We like to cover a lot of the breaking news, coaching carousel, transfer portal, additions, as you always will say, guys who hit the portal mid-season. Yeah. We are also an Arizona State podcast. So, yeah. Oh, someone's sleepy. But we are an Arizona State podcast. But we separate our love for Arizona State and for college football into separate videos. We should just start again. You want to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
We'll keep going. All right. You guys take over.
Alrighty. So, Philip really gave us a brief introduction of who we are and what we're going to be going over. So the biggest news of the weekend is LSU and the firing of Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
This was a big one. So Brian Kelly, this is his third season at LSU?
I think this is his third, yeah.
Third season at LSU. The standard over there is pretty high, and they were willing to can him after a tough loss at home.
Fourth year, I think, because he had two Jaden Daniels. This is his second Nussmeier.
Second Nussmeier.
Okay, yeah, fourth. Keep going.
But, yeah, so he ended up getting fired the day after. And, yeah, now the job's open over at LSU. It's crazy.
Sam's never going to be welcome back. And
I know. This is actually, we talked about it last week, but I was lucky enough to go to Baton Rouge this weekend to watch the LSU Texas A&M game. I was rooting for LSU. It wasn't the best game to go to, but going to an SEC game, going to Death Valley, it was a wonderful time.
It was a great 2 quarters.
Yeah, it was a way different experience than football in Arizona. But yeah, now the job's open over at LSU. Mm-hmm. There's lots of talk. I know there's lots of big jobs open. We got the LSU job. We got the Penn State job, we got the Florida job, we got the Arkansas job. Yeah. So sadly, with us being an Arizona State podcast, our hometown kid and our head coach that turned our program around, Kenny Dillingham, is getting his name tossed into the hat of this coaching carousel. Mm-hmm. So that is a very unfortunate event.
Yep.
So
certainly a topic of conversation for today.
Yeah. So also go into the Alabama-South Carolina game. South Carolina really put on a show against those boys over Alabama. Alabama was looking pretty unbeatable, but South Carolina almost squeaked it out. But right at the end, Alabama was able to get a late game turnover and win that football game. So that was a big one. Also, the name that's getting his name thrown into the hat the most is Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin over at Ole Miss, you're getting the discussions of how important is the Ole Miss job, or how valuable is the Ole Miss job? Is the Florida job with the LSU job seen as more valuable than the Ole Miss job right now. So also with it's Kenny Dillingham. Are they going to take our boy? Sure hope not.
Sure hope not.
But he's good, so they're going to want him. But that's going to bring us into the show. So week 9, our record last week as a podcast, we were 5-9-1. That one game is going to be a push because the Mississippi State-Texas game was at 7 points. So Philip, can you add some more context into the push of the Mississippi State-Texas game?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to do that again where we have a game picked at exactly -7 because it puts us in a weird spot, especially like after the fact when we're looking at records and stuff, because half a point either way, like 1 point either way I get, because if it's like 7.5 versus like 6.5, one thing. Because 6.5 we do pick them, 7.5 we do spread. 7 is kind of that gray area where it's like we don't really know. So Texas won by exactly 7. We had picked Mississippi State, Sam picked Texas, and we thought, because it was exactly 7, we're like, oh, well, what do we do? Is this pick 'em or is this spread? So we just, I'm gonna say, put my hand up and say that's our bad, that's my bad. So next time, what I'll do is I'll just say like, okay, is it leaning more 6.5? Is it leaning more 7.5? I won't do the -7 exactly as it was like that. But yeah, so we just we took that out. But if you want to, like, if you're looking at a technicality, whatever, it's like it was a push, it was a tie. So we were 15-9-1.
15-9-1. So we had.
So it's not a win, but not a loss.
Pretty good week.
Yeah.
It was looking a little grim there in the middle of the day. But.
Oh my gosh, we got on a heater at the end. I think we won like 10 of our last 12 or 13 games. The ASU game was the last game of the night, and we lost that. So. Well, it wasn't the last game, technically.
We'll get ASU right at some point this season.
Eventually. But, yeah, I mean, weird week. Sam, did you talk about the fact that you went 18-6 last week?
Not
Shout
yet.
out the boy.
But
Shout out Sam,
big
dude.
week. Big week. Did we talk about Philip's record this week?
13-11. Not the greatest.
I'm just throwing it back because
I took a shot.
You
at
were
it.
nice enough to leave my record last week out of the podcast. But last week was a rough week for me, so I just had to make up some ground. But you had a good week last week.
Dude, I have yet to have a week like you guys have had. William had one week where he was like, you were like 18-5 or whatever. You went 18-6. I feel like I've just been here.
You've always been.
I've always been a little iffy. I am the definition of the 6-7. Up in the air. And that's kind of what I picture when I think of up in the air is this. Anyway, whatever, for the kids. Yeah. But on the season, our record is now 104-72. So
Take
we're
it.
32 games above 500. And if you're, watching games, picking along, rooting along with us and what we're tailing, then you're winning at a 60% margin. So I'd say good for you for listening to us. So, yeah, but obviously weeks like this happen where we are all over the place. I'm at the bottom of the rung. Sam, you're top dog. William, you were spot on with where we as a podcast finished. So, yeah, but the reason we do it the way we do it, where we do 2 out of 3, is so that way we can eliminate that. So we got a pretty good median. William, you went 15-9. We as a pod went 15-9. I'm happy with 15-9. 15-9 is solid. It's a hair over 60%. I think it's I put it in. It's 62.5%, 62.5%. That's a pretty good clip. I'd like to be higher than that. Our goal is to hit 70 at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And consistently hit over 67% of our picks and then get to 70%. So we could be looked at as nearly automatic. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? I like that. So this week is a great opportunity to go 17-0.
It's going to be a tough one.
But before...
A lot of road favorites.
Yeah, there are a lot of road favorites. This is going to be an interesting week. This is definitely going to be an interesting week. There's a lot of good games. We cut out a lot of the fat, trimmed the fat on some of the games that we would normally pick, but we felt like, why are we, like, Michigan State, Minnesota, like, why are we picking that game? We don't really have a whole lot of stake in it. I mean, Minnesota's 5-3, Michigan State's 3-5. It doesn't do us a whole lot of
It doesn't
good.
have a lot of implications on the rest of the season.
No. So it's like, for us, it's like if we pick that game and get it wrong, it's just going against our stats in a game that we really don't care all that much about. So if you're a Michigan State or Minnesota fan, I'm sorry, but we will not be covering your game this week. Before we dive into the Week 9 picks, we're not going to do an ASU recap this week. That is a separate video. So right now we're going to cover it real quick because it was bad. Honestly, I mean, ASU loses 24-16 at home as the number 24 ranked team.
I was
in the
happy
country.
I wasn't in the house for that one.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Sam wasn't at the game. We'll get into your reason you weren't there, but William and I, we were there. I was there with the baby, and then William and his wife were there. It was a brutal game. Honestly, down 24-0 at the end of the third quarter. Half the student section is gone.
Mm-hmm.
A third of the stadium is cleared out. All that's left is fans throwing water bottles and other trash onto the fields because they were angry.
That was the first time I've ever
ref.
seen that.
I've never had that happen at an ASU game. I've seen, obviously I've seen students do that.
Yeah, that's like a SEC thing.
Yeah, but we're above that.
Yeah.
We're above that. We're not
With
we're
our
not in the crybaby
collared shirts and our...
Yeah. We're not Texas. All right, we rise above. I'm honestly so disappointed. I understand being frustrated with referees. I'm a hand over the heart, put my hand up and say, I hate referees as much as the next guy. I generally disagree with referees and what they stand for.
Just full on refereeism.
Yeah, this is a tough day to be a ref.
Tough day to be ref, yeah. You guys can definitely attest to it. I mean, especially when we play in football tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, Philip's been known to get hot with the officials.
They should be judged on the content of their character.
Yeah.
Correct.
Not
And
the stripes on their skin.
most of the refs afterwards, we usually chop it up and we're cool at the end of the day.
Yeah, after he's assaulted them verbally for
Verbally
a good
assaulted
4 or 5
them.
minutes straight. But yeah, keep going.
Yes.
Cool guys though.
They are such cool guys after they take the uniform off.
It's really hard to win without a quarterback,
No kidding.
especially when your quarterback is the second best player on your team.
Yeah, I honestly feel like Sam Levitt played a pretty good game. Honestly, it was one of his best games of the year. I
Yeah.
mean, he was throwing the ball really well. I don't remember many misses.
It was more misreads than anything.
Yeah.
Kind of the thing we've talked about a lot this year was like, felt like he was staring right at the slant that broke open, but instead he's looking away and taking a sack or things kind of like of that nature.
Yeah, but what I feel like is he doesn't normally play that way. And he didn't look fully healthy. So normally when he takes his eyes down, he looks to run. But last week it felt like he took his eyes down. It was because he was bracing for impact. And then I don't know what injury he took. I don't know if they've disclosed.
Was it shoulder?
Is it his shoulder? It looked like it was his shoulder because that's what he was grabbing at.
And he got tackled on it and took the weight of a linebacker on it.
It was his left shoulder, right?
Not sure.
I imagine it was his left because he came back and threw the ball well. So props to him for even coming back, though.
Nothing a little Toradol can't help.
Yeah, took a shot of that in the
Got Mike's secret
socket.
stuff in the locker room and came back out.
Yeah, right.
I watched Space Jam last week with the wife, so that was
It's
fresh
like
off the
deep
dome.
cut.
I need to watch some Space. Is it?
It's
Space
worth
Jam.
it, you know.
It's worth it?
Good movie.
It's-
Have you ever seen Space Jam?
I have, but I was younger.
Yeah, no, it
Is
Yeah,
it
you
worth
watch it.
the modern day rewatch?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's funnier than I remembered because sometimes you go back to the kid movies from the days and you're like, dang, that was terrible. But it had some good moments.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm add that one to the list.
Yeah.
What streaming platform is that?
Disney Plus.
Oh, all right.
There you go. Disney Plus.
Thank you, Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out Hulu.
Shout out Hulu. Although I've been getting double charged for Disney Plus. I need to figure that out.
Oh,
Yeah.
it stinks.
I don't know what it is.
Really
'Cause
need to
I get the
figure
Hulu bundle. I have the Hulu bundle, but then I'm getting charged like $20 a month extra for
What you
Disney
should
Plus.
get is a free ticket to Disneyland.
That'd be sick.
Except you got to pay him like 20 more months of Disney Plus before you can afford that.
Does that include walking around money? The money it costs
Oh,
to stand
man,
in line
don't.
and buy a churro?
What if you get hungry?
You can't ask for too
It's
much.
like $14 to smell it.
Just to yeah. Anyway, jumping back in. Yeah, it was a rough week for ASU. I mean, I felt like Levitt played well. We've thought, like, if Jordan Tyson plays, do we win?
Probably.
I think so.
Couldn't hurt.
Just
Yeah,
because a
right.
lot of the downs, a lot of the possessions that were like getting killed were the third and manageable, and we weren't converting.
Yeah.
And that's Jordan Tyson's. That's his time is on third and manageable.
Yeah, we had some crucial
Or healthy,
drops.
we had some big drops, and then obviously Sam Levitt not having like his mobility
Yeah.
kills us. He's a big threat on third down. Anyway, go ahead. I'm talking too much. You guys covered a little bit.
Well, so my main grief with Sam Levitt early in the year is that, we've talked about it. You had the line of saying he makes easy things look hard and hard things look easy. And I think it was a habit he got out of early last year where he was going one read and then running and taking it off. And it led to him getting injured early last year because he was taking big hits. And that was my fear this year, is that he kept having to do that. And it's like, I wish he wouldn't have to do that because we go as he goes. And he's been taking a lot of big hits. And now you're seeing, now our quarterback's unavailable. Yeah, because he's been taking big hits. And so that's just going to be part of his development. He's going to be a pro. You just, in the D linemen, linebacker, safeties, they're only going to get bigger, they're only going to hit harder, and it's only going to be more important that you stay on the field. So that's my main thing is it's partly him, and it's partly ASU as an organization setting him up to where he can succeed without putting himself in harm's way.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I mean, he absolutely is a pro, and I think a lot of the stuff that he does, he's kind of like Jackson Dart in the sense that he just wants to do everything he can to win, and he does not care about his body.
But once he realized that doing everything you can to win is doing the
Also-
hard thing, retraining your brain and staying out of contact.
Yeah, I agreed. Especially if we, last year it was fine because we had scat. So no matter what, it was just like, okay, Sam took a couple of hits on the last drive. Let's just feed scat, and we'll give him a couple drives off. And then
Yeah.
it's great when you have the best running back in college football.
And those linebackers that had to face scat were probably worn down. They didn't
Oh,
have
yeah,
anything
they were
on
like,
Sam
ugh.
Levitt.
Like, dude. And then all of a sudden, Levitt shakes them
Yeah.
out of their cleats in the backfield and takes off for 15. That's so demoralizing as a defense. It's getting your brains beaten by Cam Scattaboo, who,
R.I.P. Cam Scatterboom.
dude, that hurts.
It's not as bad as we thought.
No,
the
it's just the
surgery went
dislocation.
well.
Yeah.
There's a couple injuries listed above my education degree,
Yeah.
but he should be back. All things going well week 1 of next year.
Okay.
My theory is that I think God kind of threw him a bone with this injury because now he's going to have another year where he's not going to take continued micro concussions to his brain. And so his ankle's going to heal. His ankle's going to heal, but
So is his brain.
he's not going to have to take any hits to the brain until training camp of next year.
That's right. I keep, the video keeps resurfacing on my timeline of Scat prepping for what I think is either Cincinnati or Oklahoma State.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, and
He's
he's just
banging his
banging
head.
his head against a brick wall. It's just the most Cam Scattaboo.
Somebody
play of
walked by
all
and said, "What does that work on?"
time. I can't believe anyone saw that and was like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna try and meet this guy in the A
I
gap."
mean, there's a little something to that. You'll notice MMA fighters will do a little of hitting him on the
Right.
chin, get a little blood in the neck, but it's just funny because it's Cam Scott.
Yeah, because it's totally on brand.
tracks.
Yeah. I love hearing teammates talk about him. Anyway, man, yeah, it was different. Last year having Scat bailed us out a lot. I think it's not having Scat this year has made us more aware of Marcus Arroyo's impact on the game, which is not a good thing. I also think like not having a fully healthy Sam Levitt and a fully healthy Jordan Tyson has obviously sucked for obvious reasons. Not having your two best players healthy usually results in more lost football games than won. And yet we're here at 5-3 and we're complaining that this is a down year. You know what I mean? Obviously, the chances are we're not going to the playoff, but there's still a chance. I don't love it now that we don't have Levitt this week, so.
Don't love it.
Don't love it, yeah.
Should be the title of this.
Yeah, don't love it.
Don't love it.
Yeah, don't love it. Levitt's out against Iowa State, which we will get into later.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like I said, William and I were at the game, but Sam was not. So, Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you were doing last
I
Saturday?
was not at the ASU Houston game. I took a trip this weekend over to Baton Rouge to watch the LSU Fighting Tigers. I didn't know they call them the Fighting Tigers, but they call them the Fighting Tigers in the stadium.
I did not know
The
that.
LSU Fighting Tigers took on the number 3 ranked Texas A&M Aggies with a superstar at quarterback. Marcel Reed played an outstanding football game. I had not watched much Marcel Reed, but I'm now a big fan. But yeah, we got seats in 102,000 people were in Death Valley.
The real Death Valley?
Some are saying.
Some are saying. I think both Death Valleys are a little dead right now.
Yeah.
But it was raining all day in Baton Rouge. Cleared up for the game. Weather was great. Band was great. SEC bands are crazy.
Really?
It was loud. Fireworks were crazy. The whole stadium smoked up. Looked like Texas A&M was going to run away with it in the beginning of the game. Long touchdown run by Marcel Reed. But big red zone turnover by LSU in the second quarter. Going into half, LSU was up 18-14. And then KC Concepcion happened. Texas A&M broke it open. Colt Chance in the stadium took it all over. They're rocking it where Texas A&M is a dang good football team. So that was a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yeah.
SEC football's different. Yeah, it was great.
Love that.
So that's where I was, and I was looking on my phone, and I was like, oh, shoot. The Arizona State Sun Devils are getting the brakes beaten off of them by the Houston Cougars, and our starting quarterback's hurt.
Yeah. I want to give the utmost respect to Houston.
Yeah.
Everyone has kind of written them off as kind of a mediocre football team, a team not worthy of being 7-1. And here they are. They're number 22 now. They are 7-1. They just beat ASU on the road, which no one has done since 2023. 11 games in a row dropped because of the Houston Cougars. And that list includes like Texas Tech, BYU last year.
Ranked Utah.
Yeah, last year, yeah. And Houston is the one who did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, honestly, it hurts. It hurts. Connor Wegman played an outstanding game. I was like, it's the meme where it's like, sir, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I was not familiar with your game. It was kind of like that. Where it's like, I've watched Connor Wegman before, and he never looked like that. It's like, God forbid, white boy get a little motion.
Can't let him.
That's how it felt, man. God forbid, white boy get a little motion.
There's been a lot of white boy motion.
There has been a lot of white boy motion, and he was just part of it, man. He cooked us, honestly. Offensively, I didn't feel like. They won up front. They ran the ball well against us, but Connor Wegman really opened everything up. He had that long run on the first drive that got him down in the field goal range, in which we held him to a field goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Koziel dropped the touchdown, and then they had the overthrow on third. Yeah. Defense played terrible for 3 quarters.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, we decided that was the time we were going to get right. Terrible game.
Not much left to that.
Nope. That was our rant. But props to Houston. I think, we'll be fine. We'll have a good season. William, I know you were saying something about this season and how it's going to play out. What's the goal the rest of the year for ASU?
Yeah, I mean, my 2 cents on the game. We lost up front, both sides of the ball. They outcoached us, both sides of the ball. I feel like we've said that a lot this season. I kind of got 3 takeaways, not just from the game, but from football in general. For one, the season is a disappointment. We can come out and say that because most likely we're not in the Big 12 championship, and the standard this year was Big 12 championship or bust. Not in the sense that we won't be happy if we're not a 9-win team that doesn't. It's just when your team returns, it's sloppy play continues all season long. But anyways, to salvage this season, which is going to be tough this week, given this is our last, they're all tough now with possibly no Sam Levitt. But if we can find a way to win out and get to 10 wins and have back-to-back 10 wins as a team, that's huge for recruiting. That's huge for the optics of the season, given the way it started, what we can finish and carry into next year, even though we're going to lose half the team to the draft next year. So the goal for the rest of the season is to get to 10 wins. Get to 10 wins. Now that is a lot to ask with all the injuries and all of the crap going on around the team. We got to lock in to a crazy degree to be able to do that with the injuries.
You dropped a little nugget right there that we didn't really highlight in the intro, but I don't know if you guys did actually. I wasn't in here for it, but there's been some noise, some speculation.
Touched a little.
Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
The speculation around the program. ASU fans are unsettled right now, and it's all because a question was asked to Kenny Dillingham regarding his future at Arizona State, maybe regarding another job, given that the LSU job opened up, the Florida job has opened up. There will be more big-time coaching gigs that will open up due to those 2 specific head coaching vacancies, which are going to entice coaches like Kenny Dillingham. I mean, what program wouldn't want a guy like Kenny Dillingham?
Silly ones.
Right. And you look what Dan Lanning is doing. I think Dan Lanning and Kenny Dillingham are so similar. They're so ridiculously similar. They're both phenomenal coaches. They're great motivators. They're just a little different. Lanning is more of a defensive coach. Dilly is more of an offensive coach. But, I mean, you give Kenny Dillingham the resources of an Oregon, watch what the man can do. Talking national titles. Perennial playoff contender. That's what scares me. And you guys made good points about that before. I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't in here when you guys talked about it, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution and say, you know what? I think I'm not even gonna err on the side of caution. I'm gonna say I think Dilly stays, and I think he stays because he's a Valley boy, born and raised. Activate the Valley was his thing, and I think it would be so anti the message that he sent his entirety of his coaching tenure at ASU to just leave now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just really hard when you hear all the coach speak going around.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean you get all the sound bites. You got what was the guy's name that went from Oregon State to Michigan State?
Jonathan Smith.
Yeah, Jonathan Smith.
All of his stuff was at Goodwill the next
Saving
day.
takes. Happens all the time where they'll be talking to their team in the locker room 1 second, and then they go to the next. These job openings open up so quick, and you don't know if you're ever going to have that opportunity again, and you have to remember that a lot of these coaches, their higher allegiance is their family than these universities. A lot of times they're going to tell you what you want to hear because they're doing a job.
Yeah.
And so that's the scary part is there's some really prestigious job openings this year. And Kenny Dillingham coming off the year that was last year is in a great seat to be a candidate for it. then if they come calling and offering that, and he's going to get double his salary, top 5 NIL funding in the nation, everyone's going to rally behind him. It's going to be hard to not take that.
Yeah.
That's just the harsh truth, even as much as we want to act like it's not going to be enticing and Kenny's never going to say no to anything. It's just you never know if you're going to come off a year like he had last year. You never know if you're going to have, there's going to be up-and-coming coaches that are going to have big years at, 3 years down the line. He stays at ASU. There's another 3 years of young coaches that have big seasons. And who knows, Kenny's magic could fizzle out. And then, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I think that's a really good point and very valid. I also agree with Philip's points. Like, I'm so torn on who Kenny is as a dream job ASU fan growing up, living in Arizona. Like, this is his place. And then there's the aspect of he's so hammering about NIL. If you want better players, give to NIL. Well, if he goes to LSU, he doesn't have to worry about NIL because he's going to get the best players. So it's like, though that's kind of a thing that makes me worry. His press conference answer didn't leave me. Like, obviously, he could be using it as leverage to get more money from ASU. He could also be using it to wake up boosters here. He could also just be using it to go to a better program. So it's like, time will tell. It's scary as an ASU fan. I could see it going either way, honestly. And it would be no love lost if he went. It'd suck. Hurt very deeply. But, yeah.
That's one of the things that I think is not getting considered enough in this conversation is the fact that the reaction from the fan base. He would never be allowed back at ASU.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
What he did.
You gotta see how it goes down.
Yeah, I guess context is key.
It is. But, I mean, leaving us a year after a playoff appearance, and, like, if we win, 7 games this year, 8 games, and we have a mediocre season, and he just goes to LSU or Florida, dude, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd care at that point.
I think the thing that would suck the most about it is, like, everyone's been saying since Kenny got here, the thing ASU's needed is a coach that doesn't see ASU as a stepping stone.
Right.
And it's like, we finally have that with Kenny. But then, what if he leaves? What if this was just a stepping stone? It's like the heart, the pain all over again. It's like every coach sees ASU as a stepping stone, and that's all we are. And so it's like, that would be what would hurt so bad about it. It's like, we thought we had one with Kenny. We thought we had one of our own, but the second the opportunities call, it's like, and I think it's tough, but I also think he has an opportunity here to be a perennial powerhouse, like in a conference that doesn't have a perennial powerhouse yet. I know Texas Tech's looking like they're going to step into that role, but after last year, we thought ASU might ascend into that role with Kenny. So, or you could go be one of the best in the SEC, or just another one of the guys. So there's like pros and cons to it. I understand both sides. We'll see how it plays out. But 2 more points on ASU. One, I was watching Vanderbilt this weekend. I'm watching these 2 3-star guys, walk-on guys, fight their hardest, play sound football, and like dominate 4- and 5-star teams coached by coaching staffs with way more commas behind them. And I'm watching these teams never come out flat, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, ASU has more talent per position than Vanderbilt if we're just going star rating. And I know you might say, like, it doesn't matter about stars and whatnot, but imagine if we could, like, we have so much talent on this team, but we've come out flat in almost every single game, if not every game. And I'm watching Vanderbilt. They never come out slow. They never come out flat. They're, like, always motivated. Their play calling is phenomenal to cover up the flaws behind the team. Like Philip was saying, they have 2 of, like, the lowest graded O-linemen in the country, but it's like you would never guess that. They might be up for a Joe Moore Award as the best O-line. It's like coaching. They just have elite coaching, elite leadership, and they play as a team. Like, when I think about Vanderbilt, I think about the most team that there is.
And that's the thing with how top-heavy we've been with talent. We've had some of these big guys with Scadaboo, Tyson, Levitt, And you wonder how much that's made our offensive coordinator, Marcus Arroyo, not have to be as creative as he normally had to be. And you just kind of have to think of the context of the school and where they're at. And when you're at Vanderbilt, you're like, oh, we're in a conference with monsters. Mm-hmm. So then you have to find a way to find your edge. And then it leads to things that you found, which is innovation in the offensive scheme. And knowing that, hey, I'm not going to be able to recruit against the Alabamas, the LSUs, the Georgias. Mm-hmm. I got to find a way to find an edge. And it led to lots of creativity and stuff that other schools are going to adapt to. And so that's where it is. You constantly want to be on the innovative side of new things. It's like Andy Reid and the Chiefs have been at the top of the NFL since Mahomes has been here. But Andy Reid is constantly the front runner of innovation in his offense. There's been a revolving door of people at receiver, revolving door of O-linemen, revolving door of people on defense, but they're constantly at the top of the league of innovating to, figuring out how to play with a too-high shell and just be able to stop teams in the middle. I saw them, they were running some, almost looked like a academy school play where it was on fourth down, they did like a little quick fly motion, and it's like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if you watch any ASU football, you've not seen anything that's not just something you draw on the back of a football.
Right. And it's frustrating because what coaching is supposed to be is about maximizing the talent you have around you and the potential of what you're capable of. And it just feels like that's not been happening quite this season. From a scheme perspective, it just feels like we've been out-coached in a lot of games on schemes. But that was point 2. Point 3 on my frustration is I was watching Washington. And I'm watching all these guys that graduated from Arizona high schools light it up in the Big Ten as freshmen, sophomores. And like, guys, if we could just recruit the state.
Yep.
Desmond Roebuck.
It's always been a problem.
True freshman receiver at Washington. He's a second receiver, had 2 touchdowns this weekend. Damon Williams. Now, I obviously love Jordan Tyson and Sam Levitt, but I'm just making my point. There is so much talent in this state. We watched the Max Prep stream of Hamilton Basha, 2 7-0 teams ranked top 100 in the country, 4-star running back at Basha.
Both were like top 40.
Yeah. 4-star offensive lineman at Basha. You got a sophomore receiver at Hamilton that's got 26 touchdowns in 8 games. Like, we got to, Kenny Dillingham, we got to find a way to get Noah Roberts and Roy Oliver to ASU.
It starts with Kenny staying.
Yes, we got to. Yeah. If
he was at the game.
He was at the game, so shout out Kenny for that. It's been since Todd Graham, really, since an ASU head coach went to a high school football game.
It's not hard to get to these games either.
No.
Like it's 15 minutes down the 101.
No, right. And Basha's distance from ASU is like 25 minutes because it's a little off the freeway. But, I mean, my goodness. What more could you ask for is 2 top, like you said, 50 high schools in the country playing with underclassmen that are primed to be recruited.
All you have to do is pick up the phone and the booster will send a limo your way.
Yeah, bro, like, if we do not get Roy Oliver, I know I said Noah Roberts as well, if we don't get either of them, I've seen pictures of Noah Roberts wearing ASU gloves during games. Like, we got to get these guys. We got...
No, it starts at home, and that's where you build the foundation, because it was really with the Herm Edwards administration. It was all California, a little bit of Texas. We leaned more into Texas with our conference schedule, where we're recruiting from. But I really think our base, I don't think we'll really get to the next level until, like, you got to start at home. You got to take a room.
Yeah.
Because we're getting leftovers from the powerhouses over there. I know California and Texas are breeding grounds, so it's not leftovers. There's so much talent to be seen. But I really want this to become the core. I want it to be, hey, we have a 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star brewing here.
Yeah.
I want us to be all over it.
Yeah, and I know they're trying this golden ticket thing where they give their first offers to the 10 players they think are the best in the state. And I like the idea. But my goodness, like, we got to be – there's not many teams most teams, when you go to their roster and look at where their players are from, most of them are from their state. We got to be one of the few teams in the country where, like, less than a third of of our team is from our home state. U of A recruits the state better than we do. And they got tons of talent coming out of Arizona. And I'm just thinking we've missed on too many we've missed on too many Christian Kirks. We've missed on too many Spencer Rattlers, too many Tyler Shucks, too many Jawar Jordans, too many
Deuce Robinson.
Lanes,
too many.
Yes. Anthony Lucas at USC. Like USC, Oregon, Texas A&M, Texas, Bijan Robinson.
Pearsall was like the only one we got.
I know.
He wasn't highly recruited.
No. It's like, yeah, so much NFL talent is in this state. We just refuse to go after it. And you listen to like these guys, like I remember listening to Bijan Robinson on Bussin' with the Boys, and he was talking about ASU, and it's like we didn't really go after him that hard. And it's like if he wasn't going to Texas, he was going to go to ASU, stay home. If he was going to pick an in-state school, I'm like, we're missing out on Bijan Robinson.
He was saying that?
I got to remember the clip. Like, we got to re-pull up the clip. But he was talking about if he was to go to an in-state school, he'd go to ASU. And he was like, yeah, honestly, I mean,
they didn't really go after him.
So many guys have that story where, like, ASU doesn't go after these in-state kids.
And if these kids are growing up in Arizona, what team are they rooting for?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Why don't we go ahead and dive into these picks together?
Yeah.
All right, for our first game of the weekend, we have Navy going on the road to take on the red-hot North Texas after a big win this Friday night against Charlotte.
Yards.
Yeah. Drew Mestamaker with 600 yards passing and 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
North Texas is 6.5-point favorites. It was a pretty underwhelming first half. I don't think North Texas' defense played all too well.
Yeah.
But, man, Mestmeyer is looking like he's going to make some money this offseason.
Dude, honestly, he looks like a legit NFL talent. Mm-hmm. Legit.
That's crazy that
potential first round.
He didn't start a single game
in high school. Like, it blows me away. The way the ball effortlessly comes out of his hand with the accuracy. And he's an athlete because he played DB in high school at 6'4". Dude, he's got NFL written all over him. But yeah.
So, give us a little more context on what we're looking at schematically from Navy.
I think we all know what we're looking at schematically from Navy.
I think you're going to see a 600 quarterback coming off 600 yards passing, playing in academy school. It's going to be a cool clash of of schemes.
You're going to see creative play calling out of Navy, a team that maximizes the talent they have. But yeah, the game is going to be. It's a weird clash because Navy's one of the service academies that scores faster. They score a lot of points, not like Army that guts you for slight paper cuts you for 4 quarters. Navy's about big gashes, but yeah, I like North Texas in this game. Just Mestamaker coming off of 600. Not in love with North Texas's defense in this matchup. I think it's going to have to be a high-scoring game, but I think Navy's defense has been suspect this season, so I don't know. The difference to me in this game is Mestamaker, and I'm going to roll with the high hand here.
I'm going to have to agree there. I think Mestamaker's going to be too much. North Texas, man. I mean, that defense, all I can really speak on is box scores, but their other big game against I haven't done much other deep diving, but that game against South Florida, they hang up on them 60+.
Just about.
Yeah, and North Texas allowing that 2-6 Charlotte team to hang up a good amount of points on them in the first half. But I think it's just going to be another, they're going to be too much on offense for them, and I think North Texas covers that 6.5 point.
Yeah.
Stop the count. Blake Horvath. If you aren't familiar, familiarize yourself.
He's a dog.
He is a Heisman candidate, and this game right here is his Heisman game. This is his Heisman moment.
Came in hot.
I know. I just put the baby down. I'm juiced. I'm ready to go. I listened to the baby sleep song, the Brahms lullaby song, on repeat now for the last however long I was gone. while I bounced around the exercise ball, and I came in with a burning vengeance, ready to say that Navy goes on the road, upsets North Texas, and Blake Horvath has like 350 total yards and 5 total touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like 2 through the air, 3 on the ground. He may have 200 yards rushing this game.
I wish this was Friday.
I know. This is going to be one of the most fun games.
If this was a Friday game, North Texas wins. But because it's a 9 a.m. kickoff on a Saturday.
You know those midshipmen were in bed at a good time.
That's right. And those North Texas mean green Eagles, man.
I love North Texas this year. They've been fun.
They have been
They're
fun.
kind of my UNLV.
This is, yes, but here's the thing.
Whoever plays Friday.
Mestamaker, coming off of a 600-yard game, I guarantee you half the country didn't know who that guy was.
I disagree.
You don't think so? Half the country did not know who Mestamaker was before that game, before he had 600 yards.
They did if they watched the South Florida game. Okay, maybe 51% of the country knew who Drew Mestamaker was.
51%. Okay, now 80% of the country knows who this kid is because he had 600 yards on Friday last week.
Future Indiana
It's
quarterback.
not happy yet, maybe.
Nah, they got Mendoza's younger brother over
Yeah,
there.
he's a dog too. Anyway,
But he's better.
He does look like a
He is a
Indiana
dog.
quarterback.
don't get me wrong, Mestamaker's a dog.
Mhm.
I could see
He's
Mestamaker
going to
at Notre Dame.
sleepwalk. This is a sleepy game for them.
Mm.
They don't fully wake up from the onslaught they put up last week.
What if that white boy got the sauce?
God forbid a little white boy gets a little motion.
Well,
all right,
they got-
Blake Horvath.
They got a
is that
couple white boys
this
at
week.
Navy that got some juice
That's right.
to 'em. Eli Heidenreich's nice.
Right.
Alex, I don't know why they say Texa.
It's
Teska.
Teska. But it's
they say
spelled-
Teska, but it's spelled Texa.
Yeah.
Never understood that.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
We'll have to
The
come
white
on
boy
and
getting
explain it to
motion
me.
this week is Blake Horvath.
Yeah.
He jumps firmly into the top 5 Heisman voting after this win over
Bold.
North Texas.
I like it.
That is my bold take
Top
of the
5
week.
Heisman.
This is my upset of the week, I think.
I could see it happen too. I'm not like sold on North Texas. I just, if I have to go one
Yeah.
way, I'm going North Texas here.
Yeah, this will probably be my boldest upset of the week. Yeah, this will be my upset of the week right here. Navy wins.
All right.
Alrighty. Our next game is probably one of the more fun games of the weekend, purely because of the storylines involved, and that is number 9 Vanderbilt going on the road at number 20 Texas. Texas opens as a 2.5-point favorite. Arch Manning against Diego Pavia.
That's if we get Arch Manning. He's in concussion protocol
If we
right
get
now.
Arch Manning. Honestly, they'd probably be better without Arch.
You get another one of these. Picking these Texas games has been really interesting. Last week, they were 7.5-point favorite or 7-point favorites on the road against Mississippi State. You know, we unanimously, or except for me, looked at that game as an upset because of how underwhelming Texas has been. But now Texas is at home against the number 9 team in the country, and they're 2.5-point favorites. But Vanderbilt's fun, and Vanderbilt is dang good at football.
That's right.
And Vanderbilt is going to be a playoff team, and Vanderbilt's going to push for the playoffs. Or they're going to push for the SEC championship.
Mhm.
I think Vanderbilt comes in and wins in a barn burner, a close game, wins by about 4 points, and takes down the Longhorns in Texas.
I love that you said Vanderbilt wins. I'm going to add a number to what you just said. It's not a real number. It's 0. I'm going to add a 0. I'm going to add a 0 to the end of that 4. Vanderbilt wins by a landslide. They come in and they beat the tar out of Texas. They may not win by 40. But, oh, man, it's going to be like a 3-score game. I think Vandy is playing some of the best football in the country. They learned from their mistakes against Alabama. They honestly looked like they were just a little shaky-legged against Bama. They're not going to do that against Texas. Texas does not instill the kind of fear that Alabama does, and this is not the kind of environment that Alabama is. So, quarterback matchup, if we're going off of that, give me Pavia. We're going off of O-line play or just creativity offensively, give me Vandy. How well the defenses are playing is a little iffy. The only thing that I think Texas has right now that is just far and away better than anyone else is that Niblett kid. Ryan
returner?
Yeah, Niblett. The punt return can't return every punt. If I'm Vandy, kick it out of bounds. Don't even give them a chance. I'd rather give them decent field position than let that kid give them a field goal.
Putting up 40 points or winning by 40, you're not punting that much. So
No,
And
I wasn't.
you're
I'm not
having-
actually saying 40. I'm saying it's gonna be like 38-21, 3-score game, like 17.
I thought you were gonna
points.
say. I'm not gonna say 40, but they're gonna win by 38.
Yeah, 38, 39 points.
Well,
I could see it. 47-7 is the first score I thought of,
Yeah,
but
it's Texas is weird. It's
give me
gonna be
Vandy.
hard.
Give me Vandy in this one.
Who do you like, Will?
I like Vandy too. Arch in the concussion protocol. Sark's been volunteering his name for NFL jobs. At least his agent has. There's a lot of weirdness around Texas right now. I like Texas's defense to make it a decently close game. But if Arch doesn't play, watch out for the boy Matthew Caldwell. He's thrown the ball 11 times this season, but my goodness, can he spin it? Big third and 23 conversion against Florida earlier this year. And then he threw the game-winning touchdown against Mississippi State. I mean, the kid's got a hose. So something to watch for, but I like Vandy.
All right.
I
Next
know they're
up-
going to show up and play some ball.
Next up is a fun firework battle in the ACC. It is number 10 Miami going on the road, going to Texas to play the SMU Mustangs. And this is intriguing because Carson Beck has definitely not played good football either the last 2 weeks. SMU has kind of been rolling. They've been quietly rolling the last 4 or 5 weeks. They're buzzing. I mean, they lost last week to Wake Forest, but there was that was a weird game.
Told you about Wake Forest.
I know you
Sam was
did.
trying to say it.
He did try to tell us it was a trap.
Could open those ears for.
I know. But, dude,
Who do you like, Philip?
I don't know. 12.5 is such a weird line.
Here, let us go first then.
Go ahead.
I also don't know who.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna.
I don't know what's
I
happening.
like SMU to cover here. That's just my gut.
Mm.
The question is SMU a dead team after last week's weird Wake Forest loss? I'm not privy to any injuries they have. I know Chris Johnson Jr. is hurt, but outside of that, I don't know. What I do like is a good team coming off an ugly loss to play hard at home against a very good team. And
Coming off an ugly loss.
yes, and their head coach was the offensive coordinator at Miami before he got hired.
Yeah.
So
Well, Miami already came off that ugly loss. They went and gave it to Stanford last week, but
in the second
also
half,
an ugly first half for Miami.
I'm just not in love with the way Miami's playing ball right now.
I'm not either. And I think the way you phrased it, you did enough to convince me to go, all in on SMU.
Okay, chips to the middle.
This isn't my upset pick of the week, but I think SMU is going to win.
Oh my gosh, I would love it.
I would love
Chaos.
it too, because this is that kind of game where it's like SMU isn't really sexy right now.
Do you really want to watch Miami in the
is
playoffs?
sexy, and so I don't know. This screams like the kind of like field storming, storms brewing battle in
I disagree.
it's in Dallas, right? The heart of Dallas. So we're gonna take SMU to cover here.
I got Miami covering.
Got to ride with
I
the.
think we're gonna get that big Carson Beck game we've been expecting. There you go.
Now that Sam said that, I might.
I think
I gotta trust Sam.
I think we're overthinking
Sam's been
it.
hot, man. Sam's hot.
No, I'm gonna stick with mine, but Sam's definitely gonna.
So far, I've disagreed with Sam on every pick so far.
Dang.
Because
We're
I
gonna be
took
all over
Navy.
the place this weekend.
No, we both
Well,
took Vandy.
no. Sam's on an island on 2.
No, we're on Vandy.
You took Vandy. You said Texas.
No, I didn't. I took Vandy.
Why'd I pick? Did you
See,
take
look,
Texas?
Sam likes Andy.
We got somebody.
I'm sorry. My fault.
Juicing my picks to try and change
My fault.
my record.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't
caught
dream
you in
of
the
it.
act
All right. Well
on
then.
camera.
No, I'm glad you said it because otherwise we'd be skewing the numbers.
I was gonna give you this. I got it noted.
Oh, you do? Oh, thank you.
I got my picks now.
All right, our 4th game of the weekend. This is probably the biggest line of all of them, and I feel like
this is the quickest analysis we could
Yeah.
possibly go over.
you think
Let's
so.
do it quick.
All right, Indiana, number 2 Indiana at Maryland. They are 21.5 point favorites.
Covers.
Cover.
Indiana covers? Oh, okay, I'll be the
Remember
guy.
the. All right. Do we want to have to go back to our discussion last week?
Yes, I
Did we
learned my
have-
lesson.
So Philip, who did you
I
have
had
in the
UCLA.
UCLA Indiana?
I had UCLA and they got dog walked.
Yeah, what
but
I
that
meant
was
to say
at
last
Indiana.
week was Indiana's going to double cover.
Double cover. They're gonna take the line and double it.
I was saying Indiana, which they still are, is the best team in college football.
They are the best team in college
and
football.
they're doing what great teams do.
I love
and they
it.
go, you look at the box score and it's 7-0. You look at the box score and it's 14-0. And you look at the box score and it's 21-0.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that same thing again with Maryland, and they're going to win this ball game
Yeah.
52-6.
This to me is a game decided in the trenches, which favor Indiana to me.
It definitely does, but Maryland's got that
I'm not-
wicked D line.
I agree. I like their D line, but what
I
I like
would
even more is
love-
Indiana's offensive line.
Yeah, and I hear that, especially with the addition of was it Pat Coonigan? Is that what his name?
Pat Coogan.
Coogan.
The only defensive line to make Indiana look human this year was Iowa, and Iowa's got a legit D line.
So does Maryland.
They do, but I don't know, man. To
All right,
me,
I'll be different just because the pod officially is taking Indiana to cover 21.5, and I realized I have this like kind of backwards. I have on the here it says Maryland is covering 21.5. Let's change that real quick before we get in trouble. Oops.
Yeah, I think Maryland covers 21.
Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, Maryland's gonna
Get an alternate line, Maryland 21.
Maryland
I
minus
like
21.5.
Maryland. I went to Maryland last year on our Penn State trip.
Oh, yeah.
Walked up to the stadium. It's a nice field. Got locked inside the stadium.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a fun time.
I believe it. But I'll take Maryland. As a podcast, we're taking Indiana to
You
cover
just hate
21.5.
Indiana, don't you?
No, I want to be right about one of these. And I think
This isn't
is
the right way to go about that.
I know, but I love Maryland. So here's the reason I picked
I like
UCLA.
He's
Maryland.
betting plus 400 parlays.
Yeah.
Plus 4,000 parlays. I just want to be right about
I just want to be
it.
right on one of these. No,
Maybe bet the
safe.
minus 200.
No, I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, Indiana. To me, this is so like I picked UCLA last week because I've been wrong about UCLA every time. So I was like, all right, fine. I'm gonna go in on them. Maybe that means fade me. Go
Yeah,
for it.
It's feeling
It's
like it.
probably the best call. But yeah, I'm gonna take Maryland just to be different because it's a fun pick. I'd love to see this game be competitive. But anyway, next up we got Duke at Clemson. Clemson opens as a 2.5-point favorite. This one's quick for me. I got Duke on the road.
Quick.
Yep, for me.
Cade Klubnik's back.
Mhm.
Clemson's at home. Clemson's figuring it out.
Wounded animal.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Clemson wins.
You got Clemson?
Yeah.
All right.
It's more of a I don't know. Cade's back. Just feel like Clemson's gonna win.
And good teams figure it out.
At some point, I'm just betting on talent here.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All
Duke,
right.
Duke needs big Darian Mensah games every week to
Mhm.
be competitive.
But they're getting it.
Yeah,
I mean, he kind of is.
But he's gonna have some monsters running after him. He's got T.J. Parker too.
Yeah, I know.
Peter Woods, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
I
fun
know.
with that.
Still, Darian Mensah. Okay, we got UCF at Baylor. Baylor is a 3.5-point favorite.
Give me Baylor here. I think we're gonna get that Sawyer Robertson game that we've been needing.
Yeah.
I think he
It's been
calmed it
missing.
down a little bit last week, but he's just really got to keep, not putting the ball in harm's way.
Yep, I got Baylor as well.
Yeah. I don't think UCF's defense threatens him like Cincinnati's does. I think Baylor's offense is too much.
Now, this next game is interesting.
We got the alarm going off here.
It's the red alarm's going off. The storm is brewing here apparently, according to Sam. Number 16 Louisville is a 9.5-point favorite going on the road to Virginia Tech into the sandstorm.
Oh yeah.
Sam, kick us off.
Virginia Tech coming off wasn't that busy in the student section for Virginia Tech last week. I think it's going to be a bit busier this week.
Yeah.
You got Louisville coming off big heater 2 weeks ago. Huge, probably the biggest upset of the year. Everyone in the media is telling you how good you are. Virginia Tech trying to put some stuff together.
Yeah.
You got Kyron Jones last week putting together 170 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Oh my
Looked
God.
unstoppable. Virginia Tech keeps it going. Kyron Jones keeps it going on the ground. Virginia Tech is going crazy. Let's get Virginia Tech as the upset of the week to beat number 16 Louisville. Wins outright. Let's get it.
Yeah, I love it. I won't join you on the win. Well, good thing I don't have to pick a win because I'm not going to pick a win. But what I will do is pick Virginia Tech to cover the spread. I like the home game for Virginia Tech.
We gotta have like a bonus point
for upsets.
Well, like there's no point in me going dangerously.
You can live dangerous if you'd like. It's
we need to develop.
Yeah, we need it. You get a +1.
Craft a system.
You get a +1 win.
Yeah.
If you're upset.
I feel like if it's an upset of the week, it has to be outright.
I feel like PFF does like point system. Like we'll figure.
Yeah. No free press.
No free shout out. My fault. There's a specific show that does points. Maybe we do that. We factor in like what's like the steep odds, like because it's whatever. What's the money line? It's probably like +300 or something.
Yeah, we'll have to have a winner for the biggest upset pick of the year.
So you're going.
I'm gonna go Virginia Tech to cover.
Points.
Yep, and not sure Louisville. The best they looked all year was against Miami. Other than that, like they almost got trapped by Boston College at home. Mm-hmm. They almost lost to a Eli Holstein started Pitt team. Like they've been suspect. They just haven't looked the way I really want a number 16 ranked 1-loss team to look. And that's just eyeball test. I like their D-line though. But Virginia Tech covers here. I don't know if Louisville can run the ball on them.
Philip, what you got?
I was so ready to come in and be like, yeah, I think Louisville clears, but
you're just making things so hard on yourself. You took all the hard picks, and then you're going to take another hard pick.
No. I'm not taking a hard pick. I like what you're saying.
See, it's a hard one, though.
I like what you're saying. I like Virginia Tech to cover.
Do you like seductive fun, or do you like disciplined winning?
Right now, the way you're talking to me, give me the seductive fun. Because I'm with you. I'm going to jump on the wagon.
Let's go.
Virginia Tech's going to win.
Let's go.
All right.
I love the storm. The storm's brewing. That's how I see it. I feel the rumbles of a storm brewing. That's how I felt against Texas Tech. You heard me all day before.
We got to clip up this soundbite if Phillips' record's under 500.
Yeah. I'm going to come back to this in 4-13 and be like, guys, I don't know what happened last week. Just something came over me. Alrighty. Got an SEC matchup. Number 5 Georgia goes on the road as a 7.5 point favorite.
Neutral site, right?
I think it is. Is it a neutral site?
I believe it always is. Matchups. I think they play in Atlanta. I think they play at the Falcon Stadium.
No, they didn't last year.
No, they sometimes they do neutral, but it's not always a neutral site. I think this one was here.
Did they do the Jaguar Stadium? Was that what it was?
I think they did that once. This one is Jacksonville, Florida. So it's at the Jaguar Stadium.
Hey, look at that. I feel proud of myself.
Ball knowledge right here.
So yes, neutral site.
Neutral site, yeah, but it's in Florida because I know they've played at.
Well, what's the geography? Isn't Jacksonville right by the border?
Let's find out. We're gonna pull up Google Maps.
But yeah, we'll keep talking.
You keep talking while I do
So we got Georgia as 7.5 point favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams have had their ebbs and flows. Looks like Georgia's starting to figure it out more on offense right now. Florida's dropped a couple early, but they coming off that big win to Texas 2 weeks ago, I believe. Where are you at with this game?
I love Georgia in this game. Florida fired their head coach. The thing that scares me about it is like teams usually play well with their first game of an interim head coach, coming off a bye week especially. But what I love is Gunnar Stockton in clutch moments. What I love is Gunnar Stockton to just rip the soul away from your team on third down. He is an animal. He's arguably the most dangerous thing in this country on third down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's anyone more dangerous than Gunnar Stockton on third down. Don't let your kids out around Gunnar Stockton on third down. It's not going to end well.
Yeah, but yeah, I like that. Yeah, bringing it in how teams do. You know, the interim head coach juice is a real phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to have to agree with you that Georgia's going to be too much. Georgia's just going to get better and better. And they're going to be that disciplined winning team that you always get. So I think Georgia's going to cover 7.5.
I am inclined to agree with both of you. The
Georgia
only
cover?
thing, it's 7.5.
Oh yeah, I got a pick cover. Yeah, Georgia covers.
Yeah. So the only difference is it's about 400 miles or so for Georgia from Jacksonville. It's like 75 miles from Gainesville.
Still a short trip.
Yeah, they travel well.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
they
fun.
got lots of leg room.
And in that NFL stadium, Florida's having a down year. Georgia's gonna pack it out. All right, we all picked Georgia. Okay, next pick.
Easy one.
Next one. This one's easy. This one is kind of easy, but Avery Johnson is playing good football. Anyway, number 13, Texas Tech, going on the road to Manhattan, Kansas. Face the Wildcats at Kansas State.
Texas Tech covers easy.
Texas Tech is a 7.5-point favorite.
Yeah,
William?
easy money.
I wrote down toss up. So it could go either way to me.
I'm going to take Texas Tech and make it easy for
Got
us.
some over
Yeah, I'll take Texas Tech to cover because I think logically that's what's going to happen. But at Kansas State, Baron Morton's first game back from injury. Kansas State's been balling lately. I don't know. I just think Texas Tech's a good football team.
They're better than a good football team.
Yeah,
They're a great. Oh, but is Baron Morton back?
he is.
He is?
Yep.
Yeah, because Will Hammond's done for a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going to roll him.
Yeah, I think so.
Steamroll.
I don't know if they steamroll him because Avery Johnson's playing good football.
I think you can get a...
Kansas State looked good last week.
Huh?
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say something dumb.
All right. Okay. We'll move on to the William ACC Sleeper Bowl, which is the University of Virginia
Atlantic Coast Conference.
at Cal.
Yes.
Going cross country to play Cal. UVA. Virginia is a 4.5-point favorite on the road here.
Yeah, I also labeled this one a toss-up. Virginia has played some very suspect football lately, especially last week in a game they should have easily covered. And they looked like they got... I mean, honestly, their offensive line looked terrible. Chandler Morris was getting smoked. They couldn't run the ball against North Carolina. They just lost up front. But Cal also has looked suspect. Some bad losses, some questionable play. They're just so inconsistent at times. It's just they both find ways to keep winning.
Yeah.
But I think Virginia ends up winning this game. I think they're the better team right now. I think they're the more... I'm going to stop talking. I don't have a real solid gut feel about this game.
I think that really kind of sums it up. I think this is going to be a very sloppy football game.
Yeah.
You got the travel west with it. Cal didn't look good last week at all.
Yeah, but they traveled to the East Coast.
Yeah, I'm surprised they normally don't book you.
Yeah, especially on a short week because they played Friday.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a sloppy game. I think you're going to see about 4 combined turnovers between two teams. But give me Virginia to win this game and cover.
I have Virginia winning as well. I think it'll be closer than 4.5. Like I could see this game coming down to a field goal or like
Same.
Virginia scores to go up like 31-27 or something, or
If there's that many points.
yeah, or 21-17 late and then
I foresee
game over.
lots of interceptions in this game.
Yeah, a defensive masterclass, if you will.
Excited for this next one.
Yeah, this next
Philip, I
game's
want to
gonna
hear
be
your take first.
Yeah. All right. So South Carolina going on the road at number 7 Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 12.5-point favorite. South Carolina starting to play some good football. Ole Miss has been playing great football all year.
Who you got, Philip?
12.5 is tough. I'm gonna take Ole Miss. Ole Miss to cover.
Ole Miss to cover.
Yeah, I think South Carolina at home last week, playing a really tough game against Bama, losing a heartbreaker. I mean, if they win that game, now they have momentum going into their season. You know, maybe they're like, hey, we can beat Ole Miss. But losing a game like that to Alabama, they can hang. But I don't know. I think Ole Miss's offense is very different. It's a lot faster than Alabama's offense. And I think that, yeah, Alabama always seems to fly right into the trap of South Carolina. I don't think Ole Miss will.
Yeah, I'm going to say last week for South Carolina was a deviation from the norm. I'm going to say they were emotional game. They felt they should have won. All the offensive line injuries, all of the team injuries, the suspect play from different position groups, inability to run the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to get after the passer like they did against Alabama. I think Ole Miss covers this one.
Yeah. I wanted so hard in my heart to say South Carolina was going to win this football game. But I got to face reality. I was going to go on to the point of the distraction with Lane Kiffin, how he's going to be in the news all week, but I don't think South Carolina can put together two of these performances. And seeing how Ole Miss competed last week against a really good Oklahoma team, yeah, give me Ole Miss to cover.
Yeah. The next matchup we have is a kind of an ugly Big 12 slugfest. The team from the Dirty T down south, U of A, the Arizona Wildcats are going on the road to Boulder, Colorado to take on the Colorado Buffaloes. U of A is a 4.5-point favorite against Colorado. William, how do you feel?
I like U of A getting right after a bye week, going to Colorado and beating down on a team that's pretty beaten down right now.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think U of A hands it to them pretty steadily. I think the more the season goes on, especially seeing that 3-point loss to Houston and just how well Houston looked last week, just shows Barnes U of A is a really good football team this year. So give me U of A to cover 4.5 pretty comfortably.
Yeah, U of A still got stuff to play for too. I mean, they're what? Are they still? They're 5 and.
They're going to Pop-Tart Bowl if they win.
Yeah, probably. They're a 3-loss team. I don't know if they're 3 in conference losses. Who'd they play non-con? They were 3-0 non-con.
Yeah, they're unbeaten. Their their losses are Houston, BYU, Iowa State. Thank you. Yeah, so I guess they don't really have a whole lot to play for in terms of the conference. They're trying to get a bowl game.
Season's cooked in terms of big aspirations.
They're 4-3. They had a bye week last week, so they're playing for bowl games still. So.
Can't really talk though. We want a nice little patch this year.
Yeah. I mean, season's
we're gonna get our
technically
patch
not
this
cooked
week
officially yet, but it's gonna be probably.
Yeah. Give me U of A. This one for me, it's like I don't want to overthink it too much because if I overthink it, then I convince myself to say like, well, Colorado got embarrassed last week against Utah.
They could do it, right?
They could do it.
We know another team that won a big game after.
Ooh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go U of A, but U of A wins. Next up. The best team in the ACC. The number 8 ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are a 5.5-point favorite to go on the road at NC State. The Wolfpack are motivated. Everyone and their mom is circling this game as a potential upset. That being said, I'm going to pass it to you guys. Pass to your thunder a little bit. Take the wind out of your sails.
Is everyone and their mom saying this is an upset? I feel like most people probably think Georgia Tech's going to walk away with this one. That's what I think.
I think on paper it kind of looks like an upset. But when you really watch just how Georgia Tech looked last week, they looked really, really good last week.
Who'd they play?
I don't know.
Syracuse?
Yes.
Yeah, they played Syracuse.
Okay.
I couldn't remember off the top of
I
my head.
have no idea. Last week was a blur.
I was watching the game on a secondary TV, and it was long touchdown. So I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, and long touchdowns. So I'm going to mean lots of points. And they mean that you're winning football games. You like my way of thinking?
I love it. But I also feel like this is a trap game for Georgia Tech. I said it. I said the T word.
So
It's a trap. Admiral Akbar said so. I think NC State is one of those teams in this conference with a very, very good offense. They got a lot of players that can put up like points. CJ Bailey, very talented quarterback, can put up big numbers. Hollywood Smothers, running back, can put up big numbers. Like, that's the way this NC State team wins this game to me, is by putting up big numbers. I think Georgia Tech at times has looked susceptible to being beaten this year. They just keep coming out with a win. But the fact that this is at NC State, I think NC State, for whatever reason, gets the W. But I wrote down toss-up because I think it could go either way. But this is my upset of the week.
Okay. William stamps the NC State upset of the week pick on this one. I'm in a pretzel right now, man. But this one's not hard for me.
Pretzel sounds good.
It does sound really good. Soft pretzel with some
Wetzel
beer
bites.
cheese.
Disneyland?
Oh, Wetzel bites sounds.
The Disneyland pretzel?
I'm just hungry. You ate, man. This is not fair. You can't do that to me. I'm hungry.
I'm fasted. Got college football knowledge flashing through my brain right now. You're over here just ready for bed.
Give me Georgia Tech, man. Georgia Tech continues their dominant season of perfection en route to an ACC title. Yeah, that's about it for that one. Alrighty. Number 14. Features number 14 in the country, but number 18, Oklahoma, going on the road to play at number 14, Tennessee. Tennessee is a 3.5-point favorite in this one.
It's really sad to see what happened to Oklahoma this year.
Yeah, I agree.
They were looking like they could push for the SEC title, and it looks like a John Mateer injury really derailed everything.
Yeah, and I mean the way their defense looks
so
has been
good.
Their defense is awesome
That's
as well.
I'd be crushed if I was an Oklahoma fan.
I know.
Feels like the season really got away from you. You wish they would have just played Michael Hawkins, but
Against Texas.
at this point, is his thumb good? I don't know. As a John Mateer fan, I'm bummed that he's playing through this stretch, and honestly, I'm going to pick against them until he proves to me he's fully healthy, and that's done me well so far. Like, Tennessee's D-line strength, Oklahoma's offensive line weakness, and then I just think Tennessee's tempo is too much. They score too many points for Oklahoma to keep up with. That's my thoughts.
Beautiful.
I like Tennessee as well.
I also like Tennessee.
Same rationale.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, man.
Tennessee's looked really good. Oklahoma hasn't looked great since the Mateer injury. They look like they're playing like with one arm behind their back. You know what I mean? Not full strength. So
One thumb behind their back.
yeah. One what?
One thumb behind their back.
One thumb, 9 fingers of football, not 10. Anyway.
Not a finger.
Yeah.
All right, game number 15 is a very interesting one. Number 23 USC going on the road to Lincoln, Nebraska to play the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. USC is a 6.5-point favorite to open, and I'm going to start us off here. I'm going to pick Nebraska.
Really?
Yep.
I think USC.
That's a
comes
hard
in there.
pick.
I think
It's a hard
USC is
pick.
going to dominate them. Nebraska has not shown any ability to win a big game at all of late. I think USC is a darn good football team. I think they're better than them on paper. Better than them on paper. I think USC wins this game by 2 touchdowns.
Love it.
What do you think?
USC.
USC.
Nebraska's offenses look subpar. Their running game looks good, but
I love picking
they're going to
USC.
need Raiola to.
I'm picking USC.
My pick has nothing to do with USC, like in how bad or good they are. It has everything to do with like I'm just gonna have so much fun cheering for Nebraska on Saturday.
I love rooting for Nebraska.
Such a great environment. I mean, it's gonna be sold out. USC doesn't play in front of many sold out crowds ever.
I love rooting against Nebraska.
Really. This is like
They're
a
bad for the
classic
fans.
early
They're such great
2000s
people.
matchup right here.
They have nothing else but this, and they keep getting crushed. I'm rooting for them, but
I hope
the
they
fact
don't
that I've
go
been rooting
6-6
for
again.
them, the fact that I've been rooting for them in these big games has made me realize that they don't do too good in them.
No, they don't. They
They'll
definitely
lose in a
don't.
heartbreaking fashion.
So yeah, I'm definitely hopeful. I'd love Nebraska to win
like
this
the
one.
Chargers of college football.
Yeah,
Good comp. Good comp.
that's a great comp. Yeah,
The Chargers are good now.
yeah, they do.
They Maybe
All right.
Nebraska's going to get Kenny.
Because Matt Rule is going to go to
Penn State.
Matt Rule should leave if he gets an offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the number 16 game that we have this week is
This is weird.
number 17 Cincinnati, undefeated in Big 12 play. What are they, 7-1 on the year, 6-1, 7-1 on the year. Going on the road at number 24 Utah. Utah is a 10.5-point favorite in this game. Cincinnati has no injuries to my knowledge. They're not missing any key starters. I don't get this.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. I like Cincinnati to cover. If Devin Dampier plays, I like Utah to win. If Bird Ficklin plays, I like Cincinnati to win.
I don't know. Ficklin looked really good last week.
He did, and I mean the game plan is the same because they're very
First
similar
start,
players.
Was it at Colorado?
It was at home.
At home, okay. So, yeah, not too bad. But this one's
What is
still
with Utah's schedule and getting all of their big games at home?
I know.
What had to happen for that to happen? Except for BYU, but outside of it, Texas Tech,
Yeah, that's just down the road,
ASU,
too.
Colorado, and now Cincinnati.
Well, here's the thing: is you got to keep going with tradition as well. So it's like Utah, BYU, they play every year. So this even before the Big 12, okay, the modern Big 12 days of Utah football, they have been going home and home with BYU. So that's the only reason that one didn't get thrown at home for Utah, but every other game did. So the stars aligned. And
Yeah.
the stars aligned. The Big
I like
12
Cincy as well. I don't think they're. Yeah, I like Cincy to win. I think Cincy's gonna win.
I would love Cincinnati to win. Like nothing would fill my heart with joy more than Cincinnati to beat Utah because I can't stand Utah. But I just don't know if I see that happening. Love the optimism, but Utah's a tough place to play. I think Cincinnati's going to keep it close, but yeah. So give me Cincinnati. Although I could see Utah doing what they did to us, just running away with it and being like 42-17.
We got our favorite one.
Yeah. The last game here. We'll do this real quick.
Let's roll into our preview.
Yeah, we'll do the preview. We'll do it separate. So we'll do the outro quick, and then we'll record a separate preview.
Sam Levitt playing?
No, he's out.
Is Jordan Tyson playing?
Don't know yet. I
If he-
have to look into it.
Actually, the injury report just dropped.
Oh yeah, you look at that. Look at that while I do the outro quick, and we'll talk about it in the preview.
We got a problem.
But anyway, so as of right now, I'll roll through the picks one more time. As a podcast, we have North Texas beating Navy at home. We have Vanderbilt going on the road and beating Texas. SMU covering the spread against Miami, although probably Miami to win. I have SMU winning that one. Indiana to cover on the road at Maryland. Clemson to beat Duke outright. Baylor to beat UCF outright. Virginia Tech to cover the spread against Louisville and potentially upset them at home. Georgia to cover the spread against Florida. Texas Tech to cover the spread against Kansas State. Virginia to win outright against Cal. Ole Miss to cover the spread against South Carolina. U of A to win outright at Colorado. Georgia Tech to win outright at NC State. Tennessee to win outright at home against Texas. USC to win outright at Nebraska. Cincinnati to cover the spread against Utah, although most of us have Utah winning that game. And last but not least, quick pick. I have ASU to cover. I have ASU to win.
That's
So there is a piece of news you might want to know.
Mm.
Is Jordan Tyson listed as doubtful?
Is he doubtful?
doubtful. The D word.
Give me ASU.
You're a sicko.
I'm so sick for ASU.
What is the path to victory?
Getting the run game going, honestly. Their secondary is pretty beat up right now, so another opportunity for Malik McClain and, for Eusebio and Jaron Hamilton. This is a big – Jaron Hamilton practically lost us the game last week. He did lose us the game last week by –
If you're talking about points taken off the board by him.
Yes, he dropped a touchdown. He took a touchdown off the board with his penalty. And then he had a couple of different penalties, missed blocks, you name it. He didn't. It was not his best game. I believe this is his bounce back game right here, and I think Jeff Sims will do just enough to win.
So, love the analysis. As much as I want Arizona State to win, I'm going to help them out by picking Iowa State. Because I've been wrong every time.
True.
So this is some big brain ASU fandom going on.
All right.
But I don't think we can win a game in the Big 12 without Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson combined.
Wow. Even like West Virginia.
Maybe. West Virginia stinks.
Yeah, they do.
But still, I mean, it's just we've been so. That's really been our only path to victory is Sam Leavitt being Superman, Jordan Tyson being Superman. Nothing real creative. Our defense has played great, obviously. And it's really just been Relief Brown and some splash plays. But as much as I'm going to help Arizona State out, because I want them to win. I want them to prove me wrong. I want them to find a new wrinkle we're talking about. We're like, oh, shoot, this guy can help us out. Oh, shoot, we found this way to attack the defense. They haven't really shown me that yet.
Yeah.
So Iowa State's going to cover.
I'm actually not seeing Iowa State secondary being very
Banged up.
Looks like a bunch of backups that are hurt. Looks like they're doing okay. Jamison Patton's healthy. Marcus Neal's healthy. Tashawn James is questionable, which probably means he'll play. Trey Bell's healthy. And they have a corner who's been, well, this might be the guy who's stepped in after U of A, but Quentin Taylor. Yeah, I didn't hear much of your guys' take. Sorry, I was looking at the stuff. What I do see is Prince Dorba is questionable, which is a good sign because he was doubtful last week, so that means he's probably back. What I imagine Sam said is we're way too banged up, and Iowa State is at home, and they're getting a lot of guys back. I mean, their questionables are all their starters, so it's like they're probably going to play.
All right, so you're going to take Iowa State?
Yeah, I think what I did hear Sam say was he's doing it for ASU, and that's big. That's big of you. I'm going to do the same thing for ASU. I'm going to pick against ASU because that's what ASU needs is me to pick against them. What I do think is Jeff Sims played much better in the drive he came in. I don't know if you already addressed this. I think he has an opportunity to look good. I think the fact that this is not a night game is a benefit to ASU. So we'll get hopefully good warm weather. Not sure. We probably would have heard by now if it's going to be a rain game. So it's probably going to be blue skies, sunny weather.
Yeah.
What I think is I did hear Phillip mention that we need to get the run game involved. What I think is we have a third string walk-on center blocking a future first-round pick in Dominique Orange. What I don't think is going to happen is getting the run game in between the tackles. And we'll see if we can even run it outside of the tackle. That seems to me where Iowa State, like the way their defense is structured, they got that 3-3-5 and they got so many outside edge defenders. It's just like, dog, it's going to be tough sled. It's going to be tough sled, and Arroyo's got to call the best game of his career.
There's no reason that we should win this football game.
Yeah, at least offensively. Defensively, we'll...
That's exactly why we're going to win this football game. It's the fact that nobody thinks we will. This is where ASU thrives, even in games where we don't have Sam Leavitt, in games where we don't have Jordan Tyson. This is where we prove it.
I love a victory. It would bring so much juice back.
Yeah. I mean, the team, in all reality, we're not sure. We're not sure that we're going to have Sam Leavitt for any of the games for the rest of the year. Not to say that it's that bad of an injury, but we're not sure what the injury is. And so, like, if we can get a win here with Jeff Sims, that completely changes the way our season goes.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
And as an offensive coordinator, Marcus Arroyo, you need to be utilizing Jeff Sims in the running game. Just have to.
Yeah.
Have to.
We'll dive even further into it in the preview, the actual preview.
Oh, is this not the preview?
No, this is not the preview.
My bad.
This is just a quick pick. And then we're going to dive into the pick.
That's what I get for doing this while you guys are talking.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, so that's it from us on this rendition of the Give Back to the Game podcast, episode number 10. If you've made it this far, throw us a like. I mean, we would really appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. We obviously, right now, we're at 117 subscribers, which we're super blessed. Praise God that we are even in this position, and we can hope, we hope and pray that we can continue on the trajectory we're on, and hopefully get to 1,000, and get to the point where we can monetize. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome,
right? And get to do some really creative and fun things. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on social media at GiveBackTTG. We still need to get more active on social. We'll get into it. We'll get after it soon. Soon enough.
We'll do our best.
Soonish.
As time allows.
Yeah, as time allows. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the college football slate this week, and be safe. Peace.